Order, members. First agenda, clerk.
Order number 1. Order number 1. Order number 1. Order number 1. Administration of oath. Order number 2. Communication from the chair.
Thank you. Honorable members, I have a following communication to convey. Honorable members, without appearing to preempt the debate on the business of today's sitting, I wish to take this opportunity to inform you that in today's sitting, we are set to respond to the highest call of our duty by exercising our constitutional mandate. Honorable members, you will recall that on Tuesday, 9th February 2021, and pursuant to Article 257 of the Constitution of Kenya, the Building Bridges Initiative, the Constitutional Amendment Bill 2020, was introduced in the County Assembly and committed to the Sectorial Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs for consideration and reporting. The committee has since considered the bill and sought the views of the public in accordance with Article 196 of the Constitution. Accordingly, the committee shall be tabling its report in a short while. Honorable members, the report is only meant to help you make an informed decision, and I will request the clerk to circulate to all members immediately it is tabled. However, at the end, honorable members, you will be required to make an independent decision. Honorable members, may I also take this opportunity. We have some honorable members who have come to grace this and follow the proceedings, starting with very own Honorable Johnson Sakata, the Senator for Nairobi. And the public gallery, we have Honorable Rachel Shebesh, the CAS for Agenda. We also have Honorable, our senior in Nairobi, Honorable Maina Kamanda. We also have Honorable Babu Wino, MP from Bakasis. I am not sure that the other honorable members also come also recognize. Oh, sorry. My area MP and my good friend, Honorable George Alado. Thank you. I will be introducing those others who will be coming in. Clerk, next agenda.
Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5.
Clerk.
Papers.
Order, clerk. Order, members. Clerk, can you get a mic? You are not audible.
It's order number 5. Oh, so, thank you. Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Chairman, Committee of Justice.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Pursuant to Standing Order 228, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the Assembly today, Thursday, 18 February 2021. The supplementary budget estimate for the Nairobi City County Assembly Service Board and the Nairobi City County Executive for the year 2020-2021. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Next order. Committee. Clerk will commit a document to the chair of budget, to the budget committee. Next.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Pursuant to Standing Order 191, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Assembly today, Thursday, 18 February 2021. The report on the Sectoral Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs on consideration of the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020. Thank you.
Thank you.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Chairman, Committee, Justice.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to give notice of the following motion, that the County Assembly notes the report of the Sectoral Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs on its consideration of the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020, laid on the table of the Assembly on Thursday, 18 February 2021, and pursuant to Article 257, Cap 6 of the Constitution of Kenya, approves the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Clerk.
Order number 7, statement.
Honorable Paul Silaho. Is he in the house?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I was informed by the clerk that it has been postponed to next week since we have so many business today.
Okay, very well. Let's go to the next order, Clerk.
Order number 8, motion.
Chair, Committee of Justice and Legal Affairs.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The Sectoral Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs is one of the sectoral committees established pursuant to provision of Standing Order 203 of the Nairobi City County Assembly Standing Orders. The committee's mandate pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 203, that schedule is amongst others to investigate, inquire and report on all matters relating to the constitutional affairs, the administration of law and justice, including elections and ethics, integrity and corruption and human rights, City Inspectorate and enforcement. The Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs comprises of the following members, honorable members, whom I wish to recognize. The chair is Honorable Joseph Como. The vice chair is one Honorable Francis Gesa from Dadora Forward. Ayot from Isaba Ward, Honorable Millicent Okach, Special Elect, Honorable David Ayoy, Gatina Ward, Honorable Doris Canario, Special Elect, Honorable Erinja Mpudia, Jiro Ward, Honorable Millicent Jagero, Special Elect, Honorable Jairas Omaya, Lead Ward, Honorable Anthony Kimemia, Uhuru Ward, Honorable Esther Nyangweso, Special Elect, Honorable John Chalo, Kwajenga Ward, Honorable Maina Joka, Kariobagi North Ward, Honorable Margaret Bote, Kariobagi North, Honorable Millicent Mugandi, Ziwani Ward, Honorable Moses Ogeto, Kirimani Ward, Honorable Moshene Kabiro, Odhiro Rodhimito Ward, Mr. Honorable Patrick Musili, Hospital Ward, Honorable Mwangi Jehia, Woodley Golf Course, Honorable Kenneth Oboya, Imara Daima Ward, Honorable Asri Mohammed, Special Elect, Honorable Susan Makungu, Special Elect, Honorable Mary Jambi, Special Elect, Honorable Osman Khalif, South Sea Ward, and Honorable Patrick Rojendi from Kamukoji Ward. The committee is under the technical facilitation of the following officers. Honorable Cameline Anguche, Senior Clerk Assistant, Mr. Aden Kibwana, Senior Clerk Assistant, MS Daisy Karaoke, Senior Legal Counsel, MS Judith Alon, Clerk Assistant, and MS Lilian Kembeni, Office Assistant. Honorable Speaker, I wish to take the opportunity to thank all members of the County Assembly for reaching out and disseminating the proportions contained in the BBI Amendment Bill 2020 to the electorate and for encouraging their active engagement on this civic and constitutional duty. I also thank the members of the public for submitting both their written and oral submissions during the public participation exercise, as the same were valuable in shaping the decision of the committee and the County Assembly at large. Equally, Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs, I take this opportunity to thank the offices of the Speaker. Equally, Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs, I take this opportunity to thank the offices of the Speaker, Office of the Clerk of the County Assembly, and the Legal Department, and not forgetting the Tables and Journals Office for the logistical support accorded to the committee during the entire process. Finally, on behalf of the committee, it is my pleasure and duty to present to the Nairobi City County the report of the Sectoral Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs on consideration of the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill. Further, Honorable Speaker, I wish on the constitution of the committee, I wish to expurge the name of one Millicent Jagero. Sorry for that error. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Assembly adopt report of the Sectoral Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs regarding the Building Bridges Initiative, BBI, Constitution of Kenya, Amendment Bill 2020. Honorable Speaker, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IBC, submitted the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020 to the Nairobi City County Assembly for letter referenced VRE 212 BBI dated 26 January 2021 and pursuant to Article 257(4) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 for consideration. Article 196(1) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 mandates the County Assembly to facilitate public participation and involvement in the legislative and other business of the Assembly and its committees. Further, Section 87 of the County Government Act 2012 sets out principles of citizens' participation in the counties. Article 257(5) further provides that if the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission is satisfied that the initiative meets the requirement of this article, the Commission shall submit the draft bill to each county assembly for consideration within 3 months after the date it was submitted by the Commission. The Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020 under the Building Bridges Initiative, BBI, sponsorship have been duly submitted to the County Assembly, was therefore laid on the table of the County Assembly by the Majority Leader on Tuesday, 9th February 2021. The bill was subsequently committed to the Sectoral Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs for consideration. Further, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 131(3), the committee sought the views of the public on the bill on 17th February 2021. Article 157(6) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 dictates timeline for consideration of the bill to be 3 months from the date submitted by the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, Article 196(1) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 mandates the County Assembly to facilitate public participation and involvement in the legislative and the business of the Assembly and its committees. Further, Sections 87 of the county government sets out principles of citizen participation in the counties. At its meeting held on Wednesday, 10th February 2020, the committee, while deliberating on constitutional amendment bill, resolved to undertake public participation on the theme. 2 memoranda were submitted from the members of the public to the clerk's office. Honorable Speaker, upon examination of the submission from the Public Participation Forum and meetings conducted on Wednesday, 17th February 2021 at Charter Hall, and the oral submission presented to the committee by members of the public, the committee observed the bill seeks to 1. Increase revenue allocation from 15% to 35% and the establishment of a ward development fund that will take 5% of all the county government's revenue to the wards, which will greatly transform the lives of Kenyans by taking more resources and development to the grassroots. 2. Provide a tax holiday for young persons starting micro and medium-sized businesses. Also to ensure tenders shall be settled within 60 days. Also to establish a social security fund where aged will receive monthly stipends, and also proposes enhancement of the capacity of NHF to roll out free and comprehensive medical cover for people over 65 of age in Kenya. Honorable Speaker, the bill also proposes establishment establishing a health service commission to address the welfare of health workers and improving the healthcare system. It also provides protection of whistleblowers and providing them with the part of proceeds from the corruption cases. It also establishes business incubation center in every ward. It also expands the national executive that shall guarantee national inclusivity. It also ensures accountability of the national county executive to the people through parliament. It also guarantees the 2/3 gender rule. It also ensures there is harmony of Kenyans. And finally, it regularizes the Ward Development Fund of 5% to all county governments, revenue in each year, dividend among all the wards in the county. And it also ensures that the county governor will also appoint 50% of MCAs will hold the positions of CECs. In light of the submission from the public participation exercise contained herein and pursuant to the provision of Article 257(6) of the Constitution of Kenya, 2020, the Sectoral Committee on Justice and Affairs hereby recommends that the Nairobi City County Assembly approves the Building Bridges Initiative BBI Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move and call upon Honorable Kennedy Obuya of Imara Ward to second. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as a member of this great House, Honorable Speaker, a member of Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, I'm privileged on this great day on behalf of many equal members to second this great motion. Our great chairman, Honorable Speaker, has said much. However, Honorable Speaker, as I second the motion, kindly allow me to highlight one reason why, personally, as a citizen of Nairobi, I would and I will support BBI. Honorable Speaker, Article 18A, the bill proposes to insert a new article into the Constitution to inculcate virtues and engender the principles of national ethos, comprising the spirit of oneness, honesty, integrity, and to set out moral principles to be adhered to by every citizen. The responsibilities include the duty to promote harmonious living with other citizens, to pay taxes, and to contribute to national development, among others. Honorable Speaker, all has been said. We've done public participation, Honorable Speaker, and I want to congratulate members entirely of the Nairobi County Assembly for turning out in large numbers. I also want to congratulate, Honorable Speaker, the citizens of Nairobi who took it among themselves as a responsibility to come for public participation. They gave out their views, Honorable Speaker, as members of Justice and Legal Affairs Committee. We captured that, and I thank God, Honorable Speaker, that citizens of Nairobi and mass supported that this document be adopted by this Assembly as it is, Honorable Speaker. I beg to second.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now propose that the County Assembly notes the report of the Sectoral Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs on its consideration of the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020, laid on the table of the Assembly on Thursday, 18 February 2021, and pursuant to Article 257, Clause 6 of the Constitution of Kenya, approves the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020. Deputy Speaker.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi nasimama nikiunga mkono mjadala huu na ninashukuru sana Mtukufu Rais Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta na ndugu yake Waziri Mkuu Raila Amolo Odinga kwa mawazo ambao waliketi nao kama wazee wawili ambao wanajali nchi ya Kenya, na wakaona ni muhimu sana kuwe na amani na utangamano kati ya Wakenya ili tuweze kuendelea na shughuli zetu pasipo chuki wala ukabila. Mheshimiwa Spika, nashukuru sana wabunge ambao wamesanyana hapa siku ya leo ili kuhakikisha huu mswada umepitishwa na hii katiba imerekebishwa kulingana na jinsi ilivyopangwa kwa ratiba yake. Mheshimiwa Spika, tangu Kenya ilipopata uhuru, hii ndio mara ya kwanza tunaona marekebisho ya katiba ambayo imemjali kwa kweli na kwa hali. Mheshimiwa Spika, marekebisho ambayo yako ndani ya hii katiba ambayo tumepewa mswada leo ni muhimu sana kwetu kama viongozi ambao wamechaguliwa na watu kwa sababu ya kuangalia maslahi yao. Hizi marekebisho tumepata siku ya leo zitahakikisha ya kwamba fedha ambazo zilikuwa zinatumika katika serikali kuu zitarudi chini kabisa na ziweze kufikia yule Wanjiko kabisa. Zingine zimekuwa zikisemekana ni za Wanjiko, lakini kwa sasa tumepata kabisa ile inafikia Wanjiko, kwa sababu marekebisho ya katiba ambayo tumepata siku ya leo inaleta 35% iteremshwe chini pale kwa mama mboga ili aweze kusaidika kwa mambo yake ya maendeleo na kwa uchumi na afya. Kwa hiyo Mheshimiwa Spika, naunga mswada hii siku ya leo mkono, na ninajua ya kwamba wenzangu wote umekubaliana na hii mswada ya kwamba hii ni katiba ya Wanjiku kiukweli na kwa hali. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika, naunga mkono.
Thank you. Leader of the majority.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika. Naibu wa Spika Mheshimiwa ametufunza leo tuongee kwa lugha ya Kiswahili na nafikiri tutafuata hiyo mwenendo Mr. Speaker. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwanza ningependa kuchukua hii fursa Mheshimiwa Spika kushukuru Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya na aliyekuwa Waziri Mkuu wa Jamhuri ya Kenya Bwana Raila Odinga, Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa kutuletea BBI. Mheshimiwa Spika, Mheshimiwa Spika, kikao cha leo Mheshimiwa Spika si kikao cha kawaida Mheshimiwa Spika, si kwa sababu ya mswada ambaye iko hapa mbele yetu Mheshimiwa Spika, lakini kwa sababu ya mwelekeo wa mbele wa kaunti hii ya Nairobi na nchi nzima Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, tunavyokumbuka Mheshimiwa Spika, miaka 11 iliyopita ama 12 tulipitisha katiba ya 2010 Mr. Speaker. Mheshimiwa Spika, baada ya kupitisha hiyo katiba tumeitumikia kwa miaka 12 Mheshimiwa Spika, na sasa tunaelewa shida ambayo iko ndani ya hiyo katiba Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, wale ambayo wanasema sasa hatuhitaji marekebisho kwa katiba ya miaka 2010 walikuwa moja wa kusema hii katiba ya mwaka 2010 iko na shida na inafaa kuangaliwa Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, wakati wa kuangalia hiyo imefika na ni sasa. Na tungelipenda kuwaambia sasa waungane na nchi nzima na Nairobi kuhakikisha hii mswada umepita Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, mswada hii Mheshimiwa Spika iko na manufaa mengi sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, unaelewa kila baada ya miaka 5 Mheshimiwa Spika, wakati wa uchaguzi na baada ya uchaguzi Mheshimiwa Spika, hii nchi na kaunti la Nairobi inakuwa na furugu mingi sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, hii katiba imepata dawa ya hiyo shida Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, sababu ya Wakenya na watu wa Nairobi hasa kupigana ni kwa sababu ya uongozi wa hii nchi Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, tunaelewa makabila wanapigana kwa sababu wanaona hakuna mtu ambaye ako huko juu anawakilisha wao Mheshimiwa Spika. Na Mheshimiwa Spika, lazima tuelewe Tuko makabila 44 Kenya hii, Mheshimiwa Spika, na ni vile Mungu ametuumba na ni vile Mungu ametuleta kwa hii Jamhuri ya Kenya, na lazima tutambue hiyo, Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, hii katiba imetibu hiyo, na makabila zote, Mheshimiwa Spika, tukipitisha hii BBI itaona iko miongoni ya wale wanagawa keki ya hii nchi, Mheshimiwa Spika, na mambo ya fujo haitaonekana tena ndani ya hii nchi, Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, saa ile vita inafanyika, Mheshimiwa Spika, sisi wana Nairobi ndio tunaumia sana, Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, lugha ya Kiswahili ngumu sana, lakini lazima tuliongee, Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, wamama wa Nairobi hasa wakati wa fujo wanaumia sana ndani ya hii jiji la Nairobi. Mheshimiwa Spika, nchi ya Kenya imekuwa kazi yake ni election, siasa miaka 2, tunaenda kura, tunapigana mwaka moja, tunarudi siasa miaka 2. Hakuna wakati ya kukuza uchumi wa Kenya, Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa sababu ya kupigania, kwa sababu ya uongozi wa hii nchi, Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, hii BBI ikipita, siasa ikiisha, kila mtu ataridhika na wananchi wataanza kupambana na hali ya uchumi na kujenga uchumi, Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, sisi kama wana Nairobi, Mheshimiwa Spika, hii BBI imetuletea manufaa mengi sana, Mheshimiwa Spika. Manufaa gani hao, Mheshimiwa Spika? Manufaa ya kwanza, tukipitisha BBI, Mheshimiwa Spika, tutakuwa na constituency 12. Inamaanisha nini, Mheshimiwa Spika? Tukipata constituency 12 ni kumaanisha pesa pia imeongezeka. Tutakuwa na zaidi ya bilioni 1 milioni 200 imeongezeka kwa mkopa wa jiji la Nairobi kupitia wawakilishi wa wajumbe katika constituency, Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, that means, inamaanisha, Mheshimiwa Spika, watoto wale walikuwa wanapata basari ya 10,000 ama 15,000. Kwa mfano kama constituency ambayo inatoka Embakasi Central, Embakasi ya Kati, Mheshimiwa Spika, inasemekana itagawanywa ikuwe mara 2. Inamaanisha kama watoto walikuwa wanafaidika watoto 500, sasa watafaidika watoto 1,000 because pesa imeongezeka ya nini? Ya basari, Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, utanisamea na sahau nachanganya na Kizungu, Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa sababu Kiswahili hapana kazi rahisi, Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, mgao wa pesa ya county, Mheshimiwa Spika, Nairobi itapata muongezeko ya zaidi ya bilioni 20, Mheshimiwa Spika. Hiyo inamaanisha nini, Mheshimiwa Spika? Inamaanisha tutakuwa na hospitali bora, madawa zitapatikana, maji itakuwa, muunda msingi itatengenezwa, na Nairobi itakuwa imepata maendeleo kikamilifu, Mheshimiwa Spika. Bora wananchi wa Nairobi wasituchagulie ule mtu walichagua ambaye bunge la Nairobi ilimpeleka nyumbani. Tunataka viongozi ambaye wenye tajriba ya hali ya juu, viongozi ambaye wanaheshimu kura ya wananchi, Mheshimiwa Spika. Ndio saa ile unapatia uongeze wananchi, uchunge pesa ya wananchi, Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, wacha nipoeshe. Mheshimiwa Spika, unajua katika hii BBI, Mheshimiwa Spika, ward zimesemekana zipatiwe 5% katika bajeti ile ambayo inakuja katika county, kila county. Hiyo inamaanisha pesa inakuja pale mashinani kabisa. Wananchi watakuwa wanapata pesa ya kuweza kusema wanataka nini na wafanyie, na wakilishi wodi ambayo unawala hapa, Mheshimiwa Spika, watakuwa na kitu ya kuambia wananchi yao. Tumepewa pesa fulani, mnataka tufanye nini? Sasa hawana. Sasa kama hausikizani na governor, wewe huwezi pata maendeleo kwako, Mheshimiwa Spika. Lazima wimbo ya governor ndio upate maendeleo. Na sisi nafikiria wananchi wanapokuchagua wanaweka ballot sita. Hautakani uende ukue mtu ya kuimbia governor. Unatakana unasifu governor akifanya kazi mzuri. Akifanya kazi mbaya unamkashifu kwa sababu hiyo ndio sababu wananchi wamekuchagua. Lakini hauwezi fanya hivyo kama unajua nikifanya hivyo mkoba utafungwa, hakuna maendeleo italetwa kwa wananchi yako, na baada ya miaka 5 utapelekwa nini? Nyumbani, Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, pia ningependa kuambia wale wanapinga BBI, BBI ni kitabu nzuri sana, ni mswada nzuri sana. Tuungane tupitishe hii BBI. Wakati wa siasa ikifika tutapiga hiyo siasa. Na ningelipenda, Mheshimiwa Spika, nikimalizia kuambia wale wanafikiria watazuia wenzao kuuza sera ya BBI, wasijaribu Nairobi, wajaribu sehemu zingine. Sisi Nairobi tutadila wao. Tutahakikisha hakuna mtu anafuruga mikutano zetu. Tutahakikisha wananchi wa Nairobi wanajua manufaa ambayo iko ndani ya hii mswada, na ningependa kuhakikishia Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya na aliyekuwa Prime Minister wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Nairobi itakuwa kaunti ambaye itapitisha BBI na zaidi ya watu milioni moja. Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa hayo mengi Mheshimiwa Spika, ningelipenda kuunga mkono. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Thank you. Leader of the minority.
Bwana Spika, wengi wamesema niongee Kiswahili na wamejua ni shida na itabidi tuyazungumze.
I can't get what to say.
Mr. Speaker, members, the Speaker has instructed me to talk in a language that he understands better, and I must respect and obey my Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, the document before us, one thing we can assure the public is going to get 100% support from this House. This is the only assembly that I know is going to vote yes, everybody, because of what is contained in the document. I want to start by really thanking our Legal Justice and Legal Affairs Committee for burning the midnight oil to really look at the document as it was presented to them. They haven't taken much time to really look at it. One, because it was a good document, and number two, because they were properly facilitated and they were able to deliver. Bwana Speaker, according to the report they have presented before us, one thing that we need to agree is that everything in that document is good. Everything in that document is good. Everything in that document can only be bad to people who are evil at heart. People who don't love the aged because the aged have been taken care of in that document. And if you don't love the aged, definitely you will oppose that document. The youths have been taken care of in that particular document. Them who are starting their businesses, you have heard from our chairman, they are given a tax holiday in order to thrive in their businesses. So if you oppose this document, definitely you are telling the youth that you don't want them to get the tax holiday. So in other words, you hate anything good that they are going to do for themselves, and instead, you will be happy to give them wheelbarrows. So that one, as members of this House, we might not be supporting. Mr. Speaker, sir, when you look at this document, it takes care of the members of this county assembly and the whole country in general. Because one, as my counterpart has spoken, you do realize that in terms of fundings, the assemblies have had issues. You had to have a speaker who is a sycophant to the governor. so that the funding of the assemblies could flow. If you got a speaker who was tough, hard, rigid, and a person who follows the law, it became difficult for us to be funded. That thing has been cured in this document. So we are going to have a speaker of your caliber, a person who is never compromised, never cheap, never a sycophant. That is the speaker we want to have and the country is going to have in future. Mr. Speaker, sir, the members are talking about developments in their wards. It became difficult for some few of us here to really access proper development in their wards, because we refuse to follow people blindly. You had to follow someone blindly, walk to the office blindly, sing there blindly, so that you get a blind development. Some of us were not willing to do that. And that is why they made certain decisions. And the decisions were very beneficial to the members of this county assembly and Nairobi in general. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, that has been cured in this document, because at least in terms of what is going to be, to really be devolved, 35%, I can tell members of this house that our budget is going to be around 60 billion. Just imagine 5% of the 60 billion being given to members to really work in their wards. At least every ward is not going to get less than 30 million. Anybody who opposes this document is opposing development in terms of the 30 million in wards, which we cannot agree with. Members of this house cannot agree with that. Mr. Speaker, sir, another thing that really has been a problem. You have realized that we even at some point I stood in this house and said that the leadership of this county are becoming cornish. They were becoming cornish. Why did I say so? It's because they could put huge tenders and allow the public to bid. After the public have executed the projects, they stop. They don't communicate with them, they don't pay them, and they don't care. In other words, they became robbers. They were stealing from the innocent people of this country, and we could not allow that. We said we had to bring that to an end, and we actually brought it to an end. People are currently going to be paid. But we don't have to go through the process of bringing that thing to an end the way we did. This is why this document has come, to give instructions to whoever is going to occupy that office, that within 90 days, every person who will have worked for the county should not be stolen from, but should have been paid within the 90 days. So we are going to stop the people who are planning to be governors in the future, and their intention was to steal from the public by really doing that. So that one has been cured by this document. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, because I know we don't have time and all these members would love to speak, the other thing that I was talking to Osman, and Osman was telling me, how will he become a cabinet minister in this country at one time? And he was planning of going to Ijar, I don't know where, to contest for parliamentary seat. And he was not sure whether he was going to win. I told Osman, because you are sure of retaining your seat in South Sea, it is guaranteed you are going to be the next cabinet for devolution in the county of Nairobi as a result of BBI. So BBI has brought life to many people. There are many good things inside this document. Many things inside this document. Mr. Speaker, sir, One thing I can confirm to the Republic of Kenya, that Nairobi is totally in support of BBI. If you see His Eminence Sakaja sitting next to you, what do you think about what is going to happen during referendum? It tells you, you see senior commander sitting there. You see Aladwa Omwera King sitting there. You see Babu Owino sitting there. Rachel, what do you see? You are seeing Nairobi as a whole. Who is going to oppose this document? Who is going to oppose this document? All Nairobians are behind Baba and His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya. And members, as we pass this document, a warning shot to them who have got bad behavior, bad character, like wale wengine, that in Nairobi we don't entertain nonsense, neither do we entertain jokers. We only entertain serious people who love people. So if you don't love the aged, you don't love the young, you don't love business community, then we don't love you. And if we don't love you, we don't actually need you. So if we don't need you, don't visit us. We don't want you. That is it. That is it. So members, we are going to support this document and pass it 100%. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Leader of minority. Leader of minority. Minority whip. Order. I know there is a precedence of how we are supposed to debate in the House, and we approve the sequence. Now we go to majority whip. Two? Okay, before we give to Watero, because on precedence, let us have a leader of minority, then we'll come to Warutere.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, Honorable Speaker, I am informed that our microphones are back. Thank you. Honorable Speaker, I want also to arise and support this particular motion of BBI, Building Bridges Initiative. Honorable Speaker, as my leader of opposition as well put it, that this is the capital city of Nairobi. And indeed today is a unique day. If there is somebody somewhere out there who still doubts, who still questions the unity of purpose for the great people of Nairobi, I think your answer is well embodied in this sitting today, as well explained by leader of opposition. Seeing Senator Sakaja for the very first time seated with us is a plus. That indeed, Senator, you're welcome to our honorable house. You can imagine how magnificent the house is. This is a house, Senator, and all the are seated today is going to make a decision under Article 1 of the Constitution on behalf of the people of Nairobi that this country needs a way. As we all know that the city of Nairobi, 60% of our GDP is generated here. Therefore, if Nairobi County Assembly today decides, and as it decides, that they're going to pass the BBI, it means the other 47 county assembly has no choice than to follow suit. Honorable Speaker, I don't want to debate myself to repeat what my leader has spoken about. I want to go straight to the benefit of BBI to Nairobians. As you can see, Honorable Speaker, that BBI has given us Nairobians what we've always fought for. Especially when it was unfashionable to do so, we had to make a decision and do so. Honorable Speaker, you are aware, some of us, since we were elected in 2013, we've been beggars at the governor's offices for developments in our respective wards. For now, Honorable Speaker, as you are aware that BBI is increasing revenue allocation from 15% to 35%. That means if you go to the last page of the BBI report, you realize that Nairobi, out of 15 billion, we are given additional of 14 billion. Therefore, that means, Honorable Speaker, that from the shareable revenue, the county government of Nairobi will receive 30 billion shillings, up from 15 billion. Honorable Speaker, plus our own revenue, which is approximately 15 to 17, will now currently before the planning committee, evaluation roll, which is being updated. It means you are able to collect another 25 billion, taking us to about 55 billion budget in Nairobi. Honorable Speaker, this takes me back to 6 years ago at Chester House in the swimming pool, when the Honorable Member Chege Mwaura, the MCA for Ngara, Honorable Ogeto, the MCA for Kilimani, Honorable Dr. Wilfred Olochobalo from Mathare, Honorable our own friend Maich, the mover of the first motion ever of the World Development Fund, when we sat down in a swimming pool and crafted a World Development Fund. Honorable Speaker, it has never been easy to realize the dream, but we decided to dream. And today, BBI has enshrined the dream of 4 young men who are reading the County Government Act, the Public Finance Management Act, and the Constitution to be the good debaters. Now it's a reality in the Constitution. We pay respect to the mover of this motion, the then MCA for Umoja 2, Honorable Maich. Forever, this country is indebted to you. Umoja 1. Honorable Speaker, there is something I want to point out, that Nairobi County has a population of 5 million Kenyans during the day and 4 million Kenyans during the night. Therefore, Speaker, 1 person, 1 shilling is a way to go. And therefore, our county is a beneficiary of the BBI, that we are getting additional, Honorable Speaker, of 12 constituency. Therefore, as the incoming governor 2022 of Nairobi, I'll be very proud to lead a county. Let me repeat that. As the incoming governor of Nairobi 2022, I'll be very, very proud to lead a county with 29 MPs with 148 MCAs. Because I am sure, Honorable Speaker, my first address before this House then, I'll be speaking how I'll distribute more than 16 billion to World Development Fund. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, this is a plus for our people, that with 12 constituency added, for those who are aspiring to be MPs.
In this house, you have our senator. It's called senator in the house, not in the county. Senator Mofai. When you have our county, we have it for our county. We have it for our county, Paul Kikwa. He's here. We have Professor Ogara. Did you know that BBI allows us at any given time
that we will not pay our revenue allocation on the audited financial years of the National Parliament? It will be on immediate audited financial years. Therefore, Speaker, this will give a country an impetus that there is no more waiting, no more wars in the Senate on revenue division. Honorable Speaker, did you know that any given time in BBI that we've created one of the most powerful seats, the leader of opposition seat, under Article 107, which I'm really designing how, and we will occupy that because I'm seeing their potential candidates. And we are also catered for them. Honorable Commander, we've taken care of those who are going to be leader of oppositions in this BBI. We are just waiting to them where we are locating their offices, and they will be there. Honorable Speaker, for us as a county, seated with our fellow leaders here, as my leader has spoken, the leader of majority,
the leader of minority, our house is handshake. And you will see when you started voting, whether there is one vote which will go against the handshake of Excellency, the President, and the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. As a whip of the opposition side, we believe 2 steps ahead, 1 step behind. We are still advancing. We started in 2010, leading the front on constitutional changes. We were there. And now you are brought behind 1 step. Now we are ahead again. We are going to bring changes in this county. And I believe, as an incoming governor soon, that no county will be more prosperous than the county of Nairobi. And I ask all the honorable leaders here seated, all our great ladies, very beautiful queens in the house, that my government, if then, I will never appoint any CC from outside. I will appoint all my CCs within you, because we know what we go through as a county. We know what we've gone through, Your Excellency, the Senator. We know what we've gone through, Speaker, you know what we went through. But I must say here before the Senate today that these people, these ladies seated here and men, they deserve what it takes. When the leader of opposition is speaking, wait. Therefore, Speaker, as I wind up, I want to say this, that BBI is a report that we have no choice than to pass it as it is, and we are waiting on the ground. Because after this, Speaker, we will never come to this chamber again to speak about BBI. We'll be speaking in the corridors of Kileleshwa, we'll be speaking in Mugomoini, we'll be speaking in Mathare, in Viwandani, and every corner of this city. With our senator seated here, we are asking humbly, Senator, please, for the sake of a message to go out there, Nairobi is a very, very peaceful county. We love peace so much, and we believe peace is the only way. But also, if you don't want peace, please don't cross Limuru. We will suspend peace temporarily and to deal with you. Thank you, Speaker. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. Leader of the Minority Whip, Waithera.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We were actually wondering whether we don't have gender balance in this assembly. And therefore, allow me to start by thanking you and thanking the Committee for Justice and Legal Affairs. The leadership of this assembly have had a chance in different forums that have been organized by the Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs. And therefore, I hope and I know that the MCAs seated here today are properly informed to make a decision today. Mr. Speaker, allow me to engage this House on a few gains, especially made for women in this BBI. And I wish to take my colleagues to Article 7 of BBI. Article 7 of BBI seeks to amend Article 82(1) of the Kenyan Constitution 2010 to allow both men and women who have been running and vying for seats, yet they do not get a chance to go to the very end. And therefore, the amendment of Article 82(1) of the Kenyan Constitution seeks to give sanctions to political parties that don't recognize women in this country. Mr. Speaker, I wish to remind you that before the entry of BBI, Nairobi has borne the burden of violence in this country. Women and girls have really suffered whenever there is violence in this country. And therefore, this violence, Mr. Speaker, has been brought as a result of divisive politics. And the preface of the summary of this BBI highlights divisive politics as one of the things that BBI seeks to bring a solution to. Mr. Speaker, allow me also to take my colleagues to Article 9 of this same BBI. Article 9 seeks to amend Article 88 of the Kenyan Constitution by mandating the IEBC to make sure that all the candidates that each political party presents to the IEBC has gender balance. And therefore, this country seeks to solve the issue of two-thirds gender, which Parliament has not been able to enact. And BBI gives a solution to the same. Mr. Speaker, sir, one of the issues that Kenyans requested during public participation yesterday is that they have not been understanding on how women have been put into the party list. And this BBI today, Mr. Speaker, still gives a solution on the issue of party list. And today, we will not be giving names according to the seats won, but according to the number of votes achieved by any political party. So we still want to support this BBI because some of the issues we have had as women, they have really been solved by this BBI. Mr. Speaker, sir, most of my colleagues have really talked about WDF. This MBBI also brings the establishment of County Assembly Fund, which I don't know whether members are aware of. And therefore, as the county assemblies, we really thank the committee of experts for thinking about the County Assembly Fund. And, Mr. Speaker, sir, as my minority leader has said, some of the issues that we have been fighting about here is failure by the CECs to answer questions that have been brought on this floor of the House by the members. Therefore, with this BBI, we will be having members of the County Assembly who will be appointed to be CECs. And therefore, we have no problem having our MCAs becoming CECs. Mr. Speaker, sir, many people have been talking about Article 43 that talks about economic and social rights. If you go to Article 50 of this BBI, it seeks to amend Article 203 of the Kenyan Constitution, and allow me to read in part. And it says, Article 203 of the Constitution is amended in Clause 1 by inserting the following paragraphs immediately after Paragraph 4. The need to ensure the attainment of the economic and social rights guaranteed under Article 43. And not only that, Mr. Speaker, the World Development Fund, this BBI goes ahead to say that you are only allowed to implement projects that have functions under Schedule 4 of the Kenyan Constitution, that where the county government is mandated to implement those functions. So the MCAs will not be going outside of their mandate. The money that the WDF seeks to give MCAs will be helping in solving the issues of the functions under Schedule 4, Mr. Speaker. I'm also happy to note that BBI has also allowed us to have now CDF in the Constitution, unlike before, where Parliament has been seeking to enact legislation to allow for CDF. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have been really having fights with Senate, whereby Senate, when it comes to revenue allocation, we have been having a lot of fights between counties and the Senate. And this BBI seeks to heal that problem. Article 56 of this BBI authorizes the controller of budget, whenever there are those divisions, to allow the controller of budget to get money from the consolidated fund. And it goes ahead to say 50% of that money from the consolidated funds will be given to the counties to use in the meantime, as people from both Senate and county government continue with their fights. Mr. Speaker, sir, I know there are so many members who want to speak. However, we would not want to forget the youth. This BBI, Article 237 of this BBI, establishes the Youth Commission. And all the mandates of the Youth Commission are highlighted there. I don't want to go through it. Mr. Speaker, sir, we know that for sure, Kenyan Constitution gives a very specific mandate to the MCAs. And I want to quote Schedule 4 of the Kenyan Constitution, where it allows MCAs to mobilize the electorate. It's a special mandate given by the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Mobilize the members of the public to give them information on any constitutional amendment, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I want to seek this House that even after today's debate, Once we pass this BBI, let us go to the community, let us inform and enlighten the members of the community about the gains of this constitutional bill, Mr. Speaker. I wish to thank the members and ask them to pass this BBI. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable members, may I take this opportunity to recognize the presence of Honorable Oyenya Ndirango, MP for Roysambu. Thank you. Honorable Oyenya, Chair of Honorable Rotere.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for catching my eye. At the same time, for recognizing the presence of my Member of Parliament, Honorable Oyenya Ndirango. Allow me, Honorable Speaker, also to weigh in on the many spoken words that have been spoken by the leadership and many other members that have spoken before me. Nairobi is a unique country, Honorable Speaker. We know for sure when Nairobi sneezes, the rest of the counties catches the cough. Today is a historic day, and when history is written, Honorable Speaker, as Nairobians or the custodians of all Wajiko who live in this great city, Honorable Speaker, we will have occupied our space. I am grateful that as I rise to really support this well-thought document, for very obvious reasons. I've looked at the document, I've studied the document, I've worked with my people on many hanging fruits that are in this document. And as I was coming today from Central Kenya, Honorable Speaker, I think it is important to note, as I have said, as I was coming this way from the slopes of the mountain, I passed through Nyeri, that is in Central Kenya. I saw the mood that was the people from that point of country. I came through Muranga, and I can report to this house that the mood out there in Central Kenya is very good. I want to appreciate the people from that part of the country, because, as you all know, there was one senator who argued that he had done sampling of the people there, and that the people there had an issue. We want to report, and we want to really castigate the sentiments of the said senator that the people from that part of the country, are not supporting BBI. We are here in support of BBI. We come from that region, and our voice must be heard, that there are so many things in this good document that makes us support BBI. Just for the record, Honorable Speaker, as I echo on many other issues that are there in this very important document, I've looked at equity in terms of looking at the fairness or representation, whereby we are looking at resources following the votes. BBI advocates for fair representation and fair resource distribution among all the Kenyans. And therefore, in this dispensation, there will be equity whereby many people who have been giving out resources will not feel let down because resources will be able to follow their votes. Number two, there is the bottom-up approach with BBI, whereby BBI recognizes the ward as the lowest but most crucial unit of development and awards it a constitutionally adventurous and protected kitty to transform and stretch it within the Constitution. That said, I think it's critical to know that we have had issues because we did not have a proper sitting in this dispensation. And so therefore, once these things are done within the frames of the Constitution, I am sure as MCAs we have all in terms of gains to ensure that at least our days are going to be much better. Lastly, there is the element of boosting of war on corruption by capping hearing and determination of graft cases that has been set within a period of 2 years. There are many things that are good in this document. And the best that we can do is to persuade you, our honorable members, to ensure that as we enter in this annal of history, we will be the 9th county to pass PBI, and then we'll be able to expedite this now to Wajiko out there. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I support.
Thank you. Thank you. May I also take this, honorable members, honorable members. May I also take this opportunity to recognize the presence of Honorable Imran of Kibra. Thank you. And members, also want to advise you, we are having a challenge with the ICT, and this has been a historical moment. I believe all of you are going to have a say in this. So you may be forced to do the manual roll call so that you get the vote of everyone. So due to that, it may take time. So I'll urge you, maybe we can have one more, then we can proceed to the next item. Honorable Mofa.
Okay. Mheshimiwa mwenyekiti, Mheshimiwa mwenyekiti, asante sana kwa kunipatia hii nafasi. Asante sana kwa kunipatia hii nafasi niweze kuchangia kuhusiana na hii mswada kutoka kwa kamati yetu ya sheria katika Assembly ya Nairobi. Kitu ya kwanza, Mheshimiwa mwenyekiti, mimi nimesoma hii kitabu ya katiba ya kubadilisha hii katiba, na nikaona ni kitabu ambaye imetusaidia hasa sisi ma-MCA ambaye wamechaguliwa na ambaye wamekuwa wakitafuta pesa ya kwenda mashinani na wamekosa. Nataka kusema, Honorable Speaker, nataka kusema kitu ya kwamba katiba ya Kenya ambaye ambaye wanapinga hii katiba na wale wanapinga hii katiba hata wakati tulikuwa na ile katiba ya 2010 walijaribu kupinga, na sisi tunasema ya kwamba katiba ya Kenya imesaidia mahali ya makaunti zetu, na mimi nataka kusema ya kwamba watu wengi wanasema watu wa Kenya.
Order members. Order. Honorable, wind up. 1 minute, honorable member, wind up in a minute. Members. Honorable members, order. Order, members. May I call the mover to respond?
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable.
Honorable members.
Thank you.
Order, members.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Members, order. May I call the mover to reply?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, considering Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Considering
Order.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Considering the mood Honorable Speaker, considering the mood of the House, we are in a historical moment where the largest assembly in the Republic of Kenya will shortly be passing this document. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, considering the desire, the hunger, the thirst, and appetite to approve the Constitution of Kenya amendment
Order, members.
20, the
Order. 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 Order, members. And take this as the last warning. You may find yourself out if you are not going to behave in an orderly manner. That is the last warning, especially for you ladies. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, considering that the biggest house Honorable Speaker, considering that the largest county assembly in the Republic of Kenya
ICT. Can you use this one?
Honorable Speaker, considering that the largest county assembly in the Republic of Kenya, second to the National Assembly, will be making history by passing this document, and considering the honorable members' commitment to turn up in large numbers, I wish to appreciate you for showing the desire, the hunger, the thirst, and even the appetite to pass this document. Honorable Speaker, I beg to reply. Thank you.
Order, members. Order, members. Honorable members, I now put the question that the County Assembly notes the report of the Sectorial Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs on its consideration of the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020, laid on the table of the Assembly on Thursday, 18th February 2021. And pursuant to Article 257, Clause 6 of the Constitution of Kenya, approves the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020. Clerk, roll call.
Honorable Hassan I. Abdi, Spring Valley Ward.
Honorable members, whips. groups can be like to be like to verify the order of how the people members are voting. Or the chair of chair and minority whip.
Yes.
Clerk, now you can proceed.
Yes, we'll shout. Honorable Abdi I. Hassan, Matopeni Spring Valley Ward. Yes or no? Yes, no. I vote yes. Honorable Michael Okumu Gada.
I vote yes.
Okay, we'll begin. Honorable Abdi I. Hassan, Matopeni Spring Valley Ward. I come again. Yeah, on a hand side.
I vote yes, Mr. Speaker.
Patia sasa wiki moja. Sawa. So tuko namba? Sawa. Honorable Michael Okumu Ogada.
I vote yes.
Elias Otieno Okumu. Elias Otieno Okumu. We'll check it out. Tuta review. Honorable John Kamangu Nyamu, Roy Ward.
I vote yes. BBI is the way. I vote yes.
Honorable Alvin Palapala, Orlando, Kitsuru Ward.
Bwana Speaker, tumeumia in Nairobi County. I can't waste my time to say I vote yes.
Honorable Jayendra Malde, Parklands Heritage Ward.
Yes.
Honorable,
I vote yes.
Members.
No, nasema tumeumia in Nairobi County. I vote yes.
Order.
Ama kizungu ndio mbaya.
Order, members. Let us be serious with this exercise. It's either yes or no. Okay? If you will add anything more, I'll consider you out of order.
Honorable
Next.
Jayendra Malde, Honorable Jayendra Malde, Heritage Ward. Honorable Jayendra Malde, Heritage Ward.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I vote yes.
Honorable Joseph Kiragu Ambugu, Karura Ward.
I vote yes.
Honorable Paul Shilaho, Kangemi Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Maurice Onyango, Mountain View Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Frederick Njogu Njoroge, Kangware Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable David Ayoi, Gatina Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Clarence Muga, Kabiru Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable John Mukiri, Mutwini Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Peter Wahinya Kamuhu, Ngando Ward. Honorable James Kiriba Kariuki, Root Award.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Moses Ogeto, Kiliman Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Samuel Mushene Kabiru, Udhiru Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Anthony Kiragu Karanja, Waidaka Ward.
I vote yes.
Honorable David Mberia, Karen Ward. Honorable David Mberia, Karen Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Morris Otieno Gare, Nairobi West Ward.
I vote yes.
Honorable Jared Akama Ondiek, Mugumini Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes. So help me God.
Honorable Osman Khalif, South Sea Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Kennedy Oyugi, Nyayo High-Rise Ward.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I join Honorable Bishop in voting yes.
Honorable Cecilia Ayot, Line Saba Ward.
Honorable Speaker, nimekubali, I vote yes.
Honorable Jairus Omaya, Lindi Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Solomon Magembe, Makina Ward.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Abraham Mwangi Njehia, Golf Woodley Golf Course Ward.
Honorable Speaker, on behalf of Woodley Kenyatta Golf Course, we vote yes.
Honorable Lawrence Otieno Odhiambo, Sarangombe Ward.
Bedroom, I vote yes.
Honorable Naftal Madenga Githurai Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Anthony Nganga Gatune, Kahawa West Ward.
Court order, I vote yes.
Honorable Pius Mbono, Zimmerman Ward.
I vote yes.
Honorable Peter Warutere, Roysambu Ward.
Honorable Speaker, on behalf of my good people of Roysambu and Central Kenya region, I vote a big yes.
Honorable Joseph Mwangi Komu, Kahawa Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Samora Mwaura, Clay City Ward.
vote yes.
Honorable Geoffrey Mbudhia, Mwiki Ward.
I vote yes.
Honorable Ngaruya Mburu, Kasarani Ward.
I vote yes.
Honorable Elijah Mbudhia, Jiru Ward.
I vote yes.
Honorable Geoffrey Majiwa, Babadogo Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Wilson Ochola Utali Ward.
Honorable Speaker, on behalf of people of Utali, I vote yes.
Honorable Jared Okoth, Mathare North Ward.
I vote yes.
Honorable Frederick Omondi Otieno, Lakisama Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Naf Ogola, Korogosho Ward.
I vote yes.
Honorable Kennedy Obuya, Imara Daima Ward.
Yes! Yes! I vote yes, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable John Chialo, Wanjenga Ward.
I vote yes.
Honorable Evans Otiso, Kwaruben Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Stephen Gikonyo, Pipeline Ward.
Honorable Speaker, for the people of Pipeline, I vote yes.
Honorable Rose Adhiambo Ogonda, Kware Ward.
Honorable Speaker, Kware 001, I vote a big yes.
Honorable Julius Maina Njoka, Kariobangi North Ward.
On behalf of the great people of Kariobangi North, I vote a big yes.
Honorable Peter Wanyoke Gitau, Dandora Area 1 Ward.
I vote yes, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Silas Matara, Dandora Area 2 Ward.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Charles Tuo Wakarindi, Dandora Area 3 Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Francis Otieno Ongesa, Dandora Area 4.
I vote yes.
Honorable Samuel Mwangi Nganga, Kayole North Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Jeremiah Karani Temedu, Kayole Central Ward.
Honorable Speaker, on behalf of Kayole Central Ward, I move fire, I vote yes.
Honorable Frederick Onyango, Kayole South Ward.
Honorable Speaker, on behalf of Kayole South Ward residents, I vote yes.
Honorable John Kamau, Komarak Ward. Followed by Stazo.
I vote yes.
Honorable Stazo, Ngila, Upper Savannah, followed by Okumu.
Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the great people of Upper Savannah, I vote a big yes.
Honorable Nicholas Okumu, Lower Savannah Ward, followed by Patrick Karani.
Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the people of Lower Savannah Ward and my MP Babu Wino seated in the gallery, I vote yes.
Honorable Patrick Karani, followed by Paul Kados, Mihango Ward. Patrick Karani, Tali Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Paul Kados, Mihango Ward, followed by Mark Mugambi.
I vote yes.
Honorable Mark Mugambi, Umoja 1 Ward, followed by Donji.
Hello.
Haya. Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the greater people of Mojawan Ward, and due to the development that is going by this BPI, I vote yes.
Honorable Joseph Donji, followed by Ben. Honorable Donji Umoja.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the people of Umoja 2, I vote yes.
Honorable Benson Mwangi Masharia, Molim Ward, followed by Robert Mbatia.
On behalf of the people of Molim, I vote yes for BBI.
Honorable Robert Mbatia, Kariobangi South Ward, followed by Mark Ndungu.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Mark Ndungu, Maringo Ward, followed by...
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable David Mbivi, Viwandani Ward, followed by Anthony Kimemia. Mbivi, Viwandani Ward.
Honorable Speaker, on behalf of people of Viwandani, Makadara constituency, I vote a big yes.
Honorable Anthony Kimemia, Harambe Ward, followed by Peter Imwatok.
Kwa niaba ya watu Harambe, napiga kura ya ndio. Yes.
Honorable Peter Imwatok, Makongini Ward, followed by Paul Ndungu.
Honorable Speaker, before I vote, allow me to relay my member, Honorable Immediate Minority Leader, Honorable Elias Otieno, who is in a funeral, is trying to log on a Zoom, but he cannot access to voting. He asked me with the authority, as a whip, if I can vote for him, yes. Second Speaker, on behalf of the people of Makongeni, I vote yes. Thank you.
Honorable member, vote on your behalf and leave that those are the matters that do not concern you. I'll handle them at a later date.
Thank you, Speaker. So, guys, sir.
The Honorable Paul Ndungu Irungu, Pumwani Ward, followed by Osman Ado. Paul Ndungu.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Osman Ado, Isili North Ward, followed by Logendi.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Patrick Logendi, Isili South, followed by Fuad Hussein.
I vote a big yes.
Honorable Fuad Hussein, Airbase Ward, followed by Hassan Abdikadir Mohammed, California.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Hassan Abdikadir, California Ward. For verification. The Honorable Daniel Ngengi Muturi, Nairobi Central Ward, followed by Chege Maura. Daniel Ngengi. CBD Ward.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Chege Maura, Ngara Ward, followed by Peter Wahinya Njau.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
I vote yes.
Honorable Peter Wahinya Njau, Pangani Ward, followed by
yes.
Millicent. Peter Wahinya Njau, Pangani Ward.
I vote yes. Simba.
Honorable Millicent Wambui Mugadi, Ziwani Kariako Ward, followed by Herman Azangu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Before I place my vote, I would just like to say I'm happy because I've seen wheelbarrows voting yes. I, as Millicent Wambui Mugadi, I vote yes.
The Honorable Herman Azangu, Landmawe Ward, followed by Chege Waithera. Herman Azangu.
On behalf, Speaker, on behalf of the people of Landimawe, I vote yes.
Honorable Esther Waithera, Nairobi South Ward, followed by Patrick Musili.
Mr. Speaker, South B and Starehe has voted yes.
Honorable Patrick Musili, Hospital Ward, followed by Oloch Odalo.
I vote yes.
Honorable Wilfred Oloch Odalo, Mabatini Ward, followed by Okelo.
Speaker, I vote.
Honorable David Okelo, Huruma Ward, followed by Benson Otieno. Followed by Redson Otieno.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Redson Onyango, Gay Ward, followed by Patricia Mdeu.
Honorable Speaker, I vote big yes.
Honorable Patricia Mudeu, Mlango Kubo Ward, followed by James Mwangi Wambui. Honorable James Mwangi, Kiamaiko Ward, followed by Husni.
Kwa niaba ya wanaiko na ward ya mwisho Kenya nzima na vote ndio.
Hosni Mohammed, special elect, followed by Emapet. Hosni. Honorable Emapet Kemunto, special elect, followed by Kabiro.
Honorable Speaker, thank you. On behalf of the community in Nairobi County Assembly, I vote yes.
Honorable Kabiro Mbogwa, special elect, followed by Susan Makungu.
On behalf of the silent majority, the youth, we vote yes.
Honorable Susan Makungu, special elect, followed by...
Mr. Speaker, in solidarity with the youth, I vote yes.
Honorable Leah Sopuko, nominated, followed by Ruth Ndumi.
I, Leah Naikanai, and on behalf of Narok County, Mela, stop staring at me like that. I'm voting yes.
Honorable Ruth Ndumi, followed by Honorable Laura. Honorable Ruth Ndumi.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Speaker, sir. On behalf of women of Nairobi, I vote yes.
Honorable Laura Mwende, vote, followed by Juliet Ndegwa.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
The Honorable June Juliet Ndegwa, followed by Grace Nancy. Okay. The Honorable Mudhami Nancy. Okay. Honorable Joyce Kamau, followed by Doris Canairo. The Honorable Joyce Modoni Kamau.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I vote yes.
Honorable Doris Canario.
Honorable Speaker, I'm loyal to my party. I'm loyal to the president of this country and the PM. I vote yes.
Honorable Jacinta Wanjiru, followed by Honorable Jambi. Honorable Mary Jambi, followed by
Honorable
Elizabeth.
Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Elizabeth Kuria, followed by Kariuki Wanjiru.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Kariuki Wanjiru, followed by Margaret Mbote.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Margaret Mbote, then Beatrice Waidera.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Beatrice Waidera, followed by Rose Matitsa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I vote yes.
Honorable Rose Matista, followed by Mayunzo.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes in capital letters.
Honorable Caroline Mayunzo, then Hafsa Khalif.
Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the people of Westlands, my lovely MP, Honorable Tim Wanyonyi, my party leader, Raila Amolo Odinga, I vote a big yes.
Honorable Hafsa Mohammed Khalif, followed by Anne Catherine.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Anne Catherine Akinyi, followed by Emily Oduor. Anne Catherine.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Emily Oduor, followed by Nimo Omar.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of myself, my family, and the sleepless nights some of us have spent to see this document reach here, I am proudly voting yes.
Honorable Nimo Omar, followed by Millicent Okach. Nimo Omar. Honorable Millicent Okach, followed by Jacqueline Apondi.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Jacqueline Apondi, then Esther Nyangweso.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I vote yes.
Honorable Esther Nyangweso, then Honorable Melab.
Honorable Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Melab Lumala.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For the love of my country, Kenya, and the Nairobians, I vote yes.
Honorable Emily Wanjiru Waidaka.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I vote yes.
Honorable Malenya Eve.
I vote yes.
Honorable Catherine Okoth, followed by Arivisa.
Honorable Speaker, in behalf of women of Nairobi, I vote yes.
Honorable Mary Arivisa Mwami.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I vote yes.
Honorable Eunice Wanjiko.
I vote yes.
And lastly, Honorable Jane Mwasia. Honorable Asli Mohammed. Honorable.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Anasema bado division iko wapi? Division ngojea wacha tu atangaze hiyo results ya division hii ni expert. Speaker lazima sasa bado tuko on division. Sasa kama ingekuwa ni pande mbili no na yes zero draw angesema tuingie. Sababu bado hakuna kuingia na hakuna kutoka. Leo nitafanya. Nini shukita hapa. Bado division iko on. Naenda kunyora wenyewe. Nini sisi tumevota? Wacha atangaze. Najua sasa mpaka results itolewe. Tumevota nini? Mheshimiwa, ngoja tu kidogo. Ni sheria sio yangu, sio mimi. Sheria imesema turudi tukakutana. Nasi tunarudi ndani. Hebu muulize Kibila anasema vipi?